elected officials. Stacey, you got anything? And I don't see anyone else, so we will move on to public comments, and I'm going to let Commissioner Bennett introduce this.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I met an individual, young guy, about a year and a half ago, and he actually had reached out to me as well. And what I was so impressed about was his advocacy for his community, for the area he lived, doing things to try to improve his community and help out. Wasn't asking for anything. It's quite the opposite. It was, what can he do to make things better? How can he get involved? What can he do? How can he go about doing it? It was never about what can I do for me? How can I get recognized? It was about how can we make the community better? What is it that I can do? Where can we go? What kind of guidance? Any suggestions and so forth? And we've stayed in touch a bit. We will periodically text and see how things are going. And he reached out to me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And we were talking, and usually the phone calls are on my drive home in the evenings. And so we were talking, and he was asking about the county and what we could do and things it could do. And I started talking to him a little about, as he told me some of the things that they were doing. I talked to him a little bit about funding and how we handle funding and things. He said, well, I really don't want any money. That's not what I'm after. I'm not interested in money. What I'm really trying to do is, how do I get the word out? How do I get people to recognize what we're doing and get involved? And I said, well, one thing I can do, I can have you come to the commission. Let us have a chance to, you share to the board what's happening. Let us help try to get the word out. And that's what I want to do tonight. And I'm going to call up to the podium Mr. A.M. Brown. He's from the Sanderson area. You can come on up here, and whoever you want to bring with you. He has done a phenomenal job in his community, and it's exactly what we call grassroots efforts. And he's worked in a function called Shoot the Jab. And I'm going to let him explain what he does, what's the purpose of it, and share what he does, because he's the one that from I can tell, my coordination with him, he's the one that's been leading a tremendous effort that truly does make a difference at a grassroots effort. So Aaron, thank you for being here, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. I just want to say, first, just thank you to Commissioner James Bennett for placing us on the agenda, and then also we're truly grateful for the invitation by the Baker County commissioners and also the Baker County as a whole. So I would also like to thank the undersheriff and the sheriff and the Baker County Sheriff's Office for their continued support. Every single one of our events, the Baker County Sheriff's Office has been phenomenal for all of our events. Also, Kevin Upright and the Baker County Press as well. They've been an amazing partner, so I just want to say thank you to them. And then also Doug Freeman from Shot by Doug, by far the best photographer in North Florida. So I just want to say thank you to them. And then last but not least, just wanted to say a special thanks to the Shoot the Jab fighters, also the staff, as well as the people of Sanderson, because this is where we started from. We started right out of Sanderson, Florida. And so our hometown has given us so much support, and we're extremely grateful for all that they have done and continue to do. So what is Shoot the Jab? Right, so Shoot the Jab, so people have been seeing it all around, and they've been also seeing it in the newspaper a few times, and also some of the events. So Shoot the Jab is the official home of Baker County boxing, local boxing, right? So Shoot the Jab events we created as a reaction really to all the violence that we saw occurring in Columbia County. And so we saw so much stuff that was coming out of Columbia County and also Lake City specifically, and so we did not want that violence to come to our neighborhood. So my wife Portia, also my dad Philip Jefferson, our neighbor John Reagan, as well as my cousin Kenneth Page, decided to do something about that. And so we became a voluntary local ambassador for the Guns Down, Gloves Up movement. And so what that sort of means is we want to make sure that there's not any violence coming into our community. So we want to put those guns down, and then we want to pick up the gloves, so that way we're just fighting in the ring and not fighting out in the street. So we started with one fighter, and now our organization has over 140 fighters that's in the organization. And one of those right here is Forrest Agee. He just recently had a good win out in Kyler. And so he actually was able to pick up his second title. And so the first title that he had was out in Margaretta, and then now he's also the regional champ out in Kyler. So that's a good round of applause for you. organization is spanning over 3 adult male divisions, light, middle, and heavy, and an adult women's division, a youth males division, and also a youth females division. We have been able to be an aid in conflict resolution within Baker County, in addition to, and mainly due to our 1-hour training, we've also been able to help people get off of drugs and alcohol, which has been a blessing. So Shoot the Jab, it focuses on health and wellness, and was recently blessed to partner with the Faith Bible Church of Sanderson, pastored by Pastor Vidal Williams. And I'm sure that y'all are familiar with him as well, and also his church and the things that they're doing. We were able to do a 3-mile health walk to raise money and bring awareness for domestic violence, Alzheimer's, and also breast cancer research. We've been able to do some events in Sanderson, Margaretta, Kyler just recently, and Baxter. And then Shoot the Jab has also been a strong supporter of women's athletics as well. So we had an all-women run boxing event where the boxers, the judges, commentators, referee, and support staff were all women. And in fact, the event was led and organized by my wife back here, Portia Brown. And so she did a phenomenal job. That's my wife of 11 years, so you can tell I'm very proud of her as well. Lastly, at Shoot the Jab, we say one love, one blood, which simply means we are all one family, no matter what the race or gender. And so we respect everyone as a human being. And even though things may be violent before the fight, and then within the ring, we promote peace and unity after the fight and outside the ring. Again, thank you so much to Commissioner James Bennett, and then for also giving us the chance. And I just want Forrest Agee to also just talk about